Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. And yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Saturday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. Got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Saturday, guys. So I've been MIA for a few days. I had a few speaking engagements. So I wanted to jump on and catch up with you guys really quickly. Today I want to talk to you all about the difference between demonic delays and transformational delays, or whatever you deem the term to be. Plug in your words, get in where you fit in. So, all right, let's start. All right, so most of us, not everyone, we're all waiting for open doors or waiting for destiny season, due season, all that good stuff. And we're hitting these roadblocks right in the middle, right? The beginning is when you saw the vision or you heard the download or you got the promise. And then the end, of course, is due season, you arriving there. But that middle area, that middle transformational area, you keep hitting roadblocks. Well, first thing, that transformational season is the longest. And it also depends on the individual, because some people have more trauma than others that they need to heal from. Some people are just more stubborn. If you're a stubborn person, you're going to go ahead and just pack you a picnic basket, because you're going to sit there longer, because you have to be teachable. You have to be, open enough to understand that when God is asking you to transform some things, right, it's because you don't know anything about where you're going. You're stuck on what you knew all of your life. But destiny season is different. Like we don't even know we know it's bigger, but we don't even know what all we're going to encounter there. So God has to process you, prepare and equip you to deal with the things in destiny season. Just because you've arrived doesn't mean you're not going to be attacked. You're going to be attacked more. There's going to be more people gunning for you. If you think you got some haters now, wait till you get to destiny season. All right. If you think these warfare and attacks are strong now, wait till you get to destiny season, because Satan wants to knock you off. He don't want you to stay there. So it's one thing to get there and it's one thing to stay there. So we have to be processed. We think we're ready for everything. And my God, am I talking to myself here? We think we are ready for everything, but truly we're not. We're not. All right. So let's talk about knowing the difference. I'll use myself for an example, just in a few areas, because what I've encountered is that in that transformational season, processing is just not one area. Right? You figure like, all right, well, let's start my processing season. God is going to transfer me overnight. No, it's literally a different category for every. It's like you might have to be processing finances, where you can now understand and have a healthy relationship with money, because okay, on due season, you're going to be given overflow because he needs you to help so many people, right? But he have to be sure that you have a healthy relationship with money. Understand that I need you to only move when I tell you to move, not from heart posture all the time, but when I tell you to move. Right. So there's a lot you have to learn. Right. So that's money. You may have to, maybe you may have to be processed on flesh. Right. If you can't even reject the people that God is telling you to turn that phone off and never answer that call for that person again, you're still falling back for that, because now you're tired of waiting, and God told you to never answer that phone call for that person again. But because you're lonely and because God is taking too long, quote unquote, God is taking too long, you answered that phone call. So what's going to happen? Now you're repenting. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, cool. Repent. But you're forgiven, but you're still going back, right? So there's no just, I repent and I'm going to process you. No, you have to pass this test first. You're going to pass this test first. And when I see, and I don't care how long it takes, if it takes 5 years, it takes 5 years. That's your problem, not my problem, meaning not God's problem, right? So, okay, it may be your flesh, right? What we do, money, flesh, it could be, in my case, patience, right? It could be patience. I'm so much better, but I'm like, God, can we at least give me some props on the growth in the last 5 years? Like, I had no patience at all 5 years ago. Now I'm very, very good. And he's like, no, but I need you to be great. And I'm like, well, oh. Okay. So I get tested on a daily, and I'm not exaggerating, a daily basis when it comes down to patience. And then I had someone tell me the other day, like, listen, girl, just go ahead and pass the test. That's easier said than done. That's easy for you because that's not your area of struggle. I can look at you and say, okay, you will pass the test on your flesh. Right? So we all have our area of struggle, but we're really the holdup, right? So I press more in on that area. I'm more intentional on that area. So, but y'all pray for me. Okay, next area. I mean, it could be, let me think. Let me say flesh, money, patience. What else could it be? Addictions, right? I don't care what it is. Food, cigarettes, whatever. Addictions. So I'm sure you guys get the point at this point. There's different categories in processing. So this is why, again, processing takes so long for some people. All right. So demonic delays. Like I said, with the transformational delays, how do I know it's a transformational delays? Because I constantly get the conviction. You're not strong enough in this area. I'm testing you and you're failing the test. Yeah, you're good, but you're not great. I need you to be great because when I open the door, this door, I already know. I know that is going to require you to have massive amounts of patience. So you think you're better, but I know what you're going to have to deal with. So if I'm still getting convicted about something and I know I haven't mastered that area and I keep hearing it over and over, then I know it's a transformational delay. It ain't Satan, it's me. We're going to call Satan name on everything. No, it's me. It's you. But on the flip side, when I have mastered an area, right? Because I'm not speaking about patience now, but there's areas I have mastered and then I've gotten the, okay, job well done. Now you're promoted. Now I'm going to open that door, take a step. All right. Now, when I take that step, I'm blocked. I'm blocked, even though I heard God clear as day says it's time, but I'm blocked. You see the difference? Transformational, you keep getting convicted. You're struggling in a certain area. God is telling you it's not time because you're still not strong. You know it. You can ignore it all you want, but you know it. But in demonic delays, move. Job well done. What you waiting on? Move. Now you go to move, you can't even move. That's a demonic block. And so now you're blocking the spiritual realm. And that can look different ways in the flesh, right? But it's a demonic block in the spiritual realm. But that can be a person who should have been moved out of your way, right? Because, there's people who they're in your territory. And their spirit in, right? These people got to move, right? God have to clear the path in order for you to get there. There are certain people that will be moved out of the way who are now generics in the area that is yours. But now you can't move. For me, what I have to do is I have to shut everything off, meaning distractions. I have to shut everything off. Now that could look like whatever for you. That could be fasting, however you hear from the Spirit, right? I have to shut everything down. And what happens during that time for myself, me, is God gives me another strategic way to move. So the way that I initially got the download, like, hey, move this way, right? Now, because that's blocked, he's going to show me a different way to move. So it's almost like a game of dodgeball, right? So this is why you got to be so connected, because he's going to give you strategic ways that didn't look like how he told you to move the first time. And you got to move that way. Even if it doesn't make sense, you got to move. You got to move that way. And when you move that way, boom, everything comes back connected. And now you're still pacing yourself along. You're still going along. You're going along. Right. So that's the difference for me, guys. You know God is saying, job well done, it's time to move, but there's a heavy block in the spiritual realm, even though God is telling you the time is now. You got to warfare against that thing. You got to go to war against the block. And you're going to, listen, when you start to move the strategic way, you're going to be attacked in every single area of your life. It seems like it's like all hell breaks loose. Everybody's crazy. Your family's crazy. Your money is crazy. Your emotional health is crazy. Like every mental health, you will be attacked in every area. Because now they see like, wait a minute, oh, we blocked this way. She or he found another way. So now warfare is going to, and this is why a lot of you are going through massive warfares right now. Some of you are dealing with warfare in your jobs, your family, your kids are crazy, your money, everything is hitting you. And it's all designed to knock you off course because death is right there. You just got to go through this attack. Once you master this attack, it's there, it's waiting on you. But what happens? Most people, when they're getting attacked, and these kind of attacks right here are massive. Like, these are not just your, somebody says something crazy about you in the job and now everybody's looking at you side-eye. No. These attacks right here will snatch your edges, give you receding hairlines. These kind of attacks, when you are that close, is designed to literally knock you off. It's going to hit you so bad that you're going to fall. You're going to fall. But the problem is most people fall and they stay there. They never get up, knowing that destiny is literally just a hand reach away. So if you get hit, fall. But you got to get back up. You're that close. Satan will not be sitting here knocking you like that if you were. Think about it. Think about it. Was these attacks that difficult years ago when you were so far from destiny? No. But these things are coming left to right. But you got to stay focused. You got to stay focused. Listen, so much temptation. Temptation in every area. So much generic, so much counterfeits. Things are looking so good now all of a sudden. Now, a year or two ago, 3 years ago, nothing looked good, right? Nothing looked good. Nothing was even in comparison of what God promised you. Nothing. So you only was locked on the promise. You was only locked on that one thing. Now, all of a sudden, you got choices. And they're very persistent. And now you're looking like, well, I am tired of waiting. So this ain't what God says right here. But, I can tweak some things and make it what God said. No, honey. No, you want what God said. You want what he showed you. You want what he promised you. He didn't tell you it's going to be no 95% almost. No, you know what he promised you. But now Satan's going to be putting all this temptation in your face, hoping you will just settle because you're tired of waiting. And no, honey. I want what God said. Point blank, period. But your flesh is going to have to be so strong in order to recognize that these are distractions. Sorry, guys. To recognize that these are distractions and to ultimately reject the distraction. So again, to summarize, transformational is because we're struggling in certain areas. We think we're ready, but we're not. But you will know because you're constantly convicted. Your spirit don't even feel like it's master that area. You might be like, oh, I'm okay in that area. I'm not like the best, but God is not going to give us anything that we're not ready for. If I didn't learn anything else, I have learned that God does not move on our emotions. I've learned that. Trust me when I tell you. You can cry, kick, and scream all you want until you pass your test, until God knows you can handle the thing that you're asking for, that you're not going to run from it, or that you're not going to just sabotage it. You're going to sit there until you really, 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 really get it. But if you've gotten it, and he says, job well done, time to move, and you can't move, go to warfare. Time to battle in the spiritual realm. In the spiritual realm. Ask God how to move, how to war, how to pray, he'll tell you, right? Because I want everything. And I mean everything that God says is mine. No generics, no counterfeits. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.